Hi, and welcome to Teaching Tip Tuesday, brought to you by the Center for Inclusive Teaching and Learning at UWSP. Another term is rolling by. I know that everybody is busy making their digital content more accessible, and I hope that, in spite of the heaviness of this lift, you're all coping with the demands that improving digital accessibility has placed on you. If you're struggling, afford yourself some grace and take a break for a bit. Your mental well-being is important. Remember that this is an ongoing process and that nobody is likely to ever be perfectly compliant with the guidelines specified in the revisions to the ACA Title II requirements. We're all going to mess up something somewhere. If you've taken the bite-sized remediation guide course, or BSRG for short, or followed along with the Title II tip video series, you know that we've had to deliberately push off some remediations because we didn't have the tools that were necessary for the task, specifically dealing with the captions on external videos and PDF files. Although we're still working on the PDF issue, I'm happy to announce that we now have a workable solution for remediating auto-captions on the YouTube videos that you might post in your courses. So first on our agenda this week is to walk through how you can deal with those. Then we'll pivot to a couple of issues that faculty have been encountering in attempting to remediate PowerPoints. Let's get started with YouTube videos. YouTube is a great resource for instructors. If you're like me, you're happy to recycle basic content produced by others, especially if the production quality is pretty good. Why reinvent the wheel? Why exert unnecessary effort to do something less effectively at home than you can find pre-made on YouTube for free? Unfortunately, some of the videos that we might want to make use of don't have captions or have captions of unknown provenance. Recall that captions that are machine-generated do not adhere to the web content accessibility guidelines we need to meet because they can be inaccurate. But we can't edit the captions on videos that we don't own, and we want to respect the copyright of video creators, so we haven't been able to copy the videos as files. Up until now, we haven't had a good remediation solution. But Kaltura now has a feature that allows us to wrap a YouTube video in a Kaltura file without any copyright infringements. This allows us to edit the captions as we would for any other video in Kaltura, or, if you're busy, to tag the video for caption remediation by the CITL cadre of student workers. Here's how to do it. First, get the URL for the YouTube video you'd like to link. I'm working on a training course where I will link several teaching tip videos, so I've got an awesome list going. Next, in the Canvas interface, you need to locate your account in the top leftmost universal menu. Clicking on this will produce a pop-up menu from which you'll select My Media. This takes you to the Kaltura interface. Click the caret on the Add New button to reveal a menu and select YouTube, which is third from the top. Agree to the copyright conditions, then paste the link of the video you want. Click Preview. You can make sure that you've captured the correct video. Then scroll down to Tags to request captioning support from CITL. CC_review tags the video for review. CC_online prioritizes content for online-only courses. Save the video. If you choose to remediate the captions yourself, you can do so, but remember to tag the video CC_complete if you do. Check out the BSRG for instructions on editing captions yourself. Easy, right? And FYI, Kaltura will send you a confirmation email about requesting captions for the video, which can help you keep track of what you've done. The next issues I want to discuss are the notorious PowerPoint you-do-it disagreements on accessibility. This has been reported by several folks when they have a PowerPoint file that displays as good to go in the accessibility evaluation below the slides, but is flagged as needing review by you-do-it. So what's up with that? This is a problem with PowerPoint and its accessibility checker. Often upon opening a file, it will indicate that everything is fine. Don't take that at face value. Always click on something somewhere on the slide, maybe the accessibility checker, just to make sure. When you open the accessibility panel, if there's an issue, it's going to change your accessibility to investigate if there are problems. We've also encountered a couple of issues associated with grouped images in PowerPoint. In some contexts, instructors may have a bunch of images that they arrange by grouping them. This can be helpful in animating slides for presentation to make two objects into one so that they can appear or disappear together. Just as images need to have either descriptive alt text or be marked as decorative, so too do grouped images and objects. The key is to use the two options in a way that fully reflects the full intent and meaning of the images. If you have grouped objects, I think it's most helpful to begin by accessing the reading order in the accessibility panel. Objects that aren't checked in the reading order will automatically be marked as decorative. Remember that this makes you compliant, but the point of doing all of this is to make sure that information is available to students. So don't mark information items as decorative. There are a few ways to make this slide compliant. You can add alt text to the groups identified by the reading order in the accessibility panel. Grass is eaten by the cow converts grass to dung, and for the left arrow, dung fertilizes the grass. Or you can add text boxes to the images that provide the description. In this case, all of the images and groups can be marked as decorative since all the relevant information is conveyed by the text alone. I think the take-home message here is that we're in the middle of a process, and for any number of reasons, progress is more important than perfection. Now we can remediate captions on YouTube videos using Kaltura, which is great. And for PowerPoint slides, don't assume that every time you see the good to go rating, you're actually good to go. Make sure to double check the accessibility of your slides in the accessibility panel. And that's this week's teaching tip, brought to you by the Center for Inclusive Teaching and Learning here at UWSP. Remember, at CITL, we offer support for course design, learning activities, assessment, pedagogy, and accessibility.